We need to reconnect with nature, and not only in our thinking, but in our heart and in our feeling. That's where true change will start.
In the Netherlands, at a place called Radio Kootwijk, 400 people come together. They are here for a special party for a professor who loves nature. Among them is Princess Irina. I am Baby Pro. I'm here with my camera to find out why everyone's here and what they think about nature. Let's go see what they have to say. Sven, one of the 400 attendees, sets our journey's tone.
I am here to be inspired about how to live more in attunement with nature, to remember our true nature and to live from that place, to live from that remembrance.
Jesper, a PhD student studying environmental science, shares a fundamental belief.
People will not protect something that they don't love. And so in order for you to protect something, you need to love it. And that's why, especially in this case, I want to show people how beautiful and important and sparkling imagination a peatland can be, in the hopes that they might see it as something valuable and love something that they would want to protect.
Peter, a banker and board member of Nature College, urges us to rethink our perspective.
Do not anymore see nature as something what is outside you, but what is inside you. You are nature, so you are connected. It's not that you have to do something for something else. You do it also for yourself.
Marion, a therapist using nature in her practice, speaks to the transformative power of this bond.
It's so incredibly important to connect with nature and to feel that connection. And from there we can change the world, I think, and which is big, but I think that's where it starts. If you don't have a relationship with our natural world and we are part of it, then why would you care for it? I think that's my main message.
Jan, who runs the retreat center, notes a broader challenge.
Don't realize how much work it is, because we are so far away from this connection, and it is so utmost important to go back into that connection. And connection has always two sides, and in this case one side is the nature, all the life on the earth, and the other side is us, me, and the other side is open to connect, and the difficulty is inside us.
Jeroen, a community organizer, highlights a pressing issue.
We need to bring them outside, because 70% of our children weren't going outdoors, they were staying indoors. So the connection with nature was going to be lost. I would bring a forester in contact with a class, and we bring them out in nature. We do, I think, 20,000 children a year, or even more.
Rudy, an environmental educator, shares this vision, focuses on the potential of starting young.
Start with children because they are fresh, we can really touch them, and it's very important for them also to realize that they're part of nature, and we have to protect it.
Inge, an artist, reflects on her childhood connection with the world.
As a child, I was already very aware that I'm not alone on this earth, and I'm a part of it, a bigger picture, a bigger story. What was the first time you realized you saw something in nature and you became very touched or very curious about it, or that you realized that there's so much beauty around you?
Janneke, working with kids to help them learn about nature, says,
it's very important to let children discover their own relationship with nature as early as possible, so they can become the green ancestors of the future.
Jessica's ambition.
Well, first of all, I want to be a good ancestor. Even though I'm still quite young, I think, in comparison to a lot of people, I feel like it's my responsibility to already work towards my legacy as an ancestor.
As a young person, I also already feel responsible for the nature and the world we live in, so I want to pass on the fact that they're already passing it on, so it's already known and they're doing a good job, because I feel like sometimes they feel a bit guilty, and I don't think that's necessary.
Jan, an educator focusing on outdoor learning, questions current systems.
I doubt if in the present education children learn about the nature, that they are nature themselves. So the basics of living on the earth is not in the minds of people anymore. So that's a disaster.
Frank, a sustainability advocate, points towards broader societal changes.
Main message is that we have to change our economy.
Paul, an educator and philosopher at Nature College, dwells into fundamental questions.
What is the imagination of this new nature-human relationship? Maybe also including technology, including artificial intelligence. How does that, like Bruno Latour mentioned, this parliament of things? So it's human, nature, things, technology. How do we imagine that? And I think we have a wrong imagination at the moment. So we should start imagining that and have an podium to discuss this and to share it and to inspire and to create. So that's what Nature College is about.
Paul questions our current mindset, prompting us to ask, how lost are we in our connection with nature? It's a moment for us to pause and reflect. Listening to all messages, one common message is clear. We need to reconnect with nature, to see it as part of us. To you watching this, have you forgotten that you are nature?